The applause hadn't even died down before Captain Jack Harrington realized he'd made a terrible mistake. The Royal Honor Guard saluted him, the High Council bowed, and the alien princess herself beamed with a kind of glow that felt far too personal. "You are now bound to her protection, Terran," the Elder Chancellor declared. "Day and night. Even in slumber." Jack blinked. Slumber? Before he could ask for clarification, the ceremonial doors swung open and two aides practically shoved him toward the princess's private quarters. Jack had seen active war zones with less urgency. Zyrina floated in beside him, radiant in her semi-transparent robes, silver skin shimmering like mercury under soft moonlight. "This is exciting," she whispered. "You will be my first." He tripped. She paused, cocking her head. "Guard, are you injured?" "Nope," he coughed. "Just semantics." "First what, exactly?" "First human assigned to my sleeping quarters," she clarified, with absolute innocence. "You must remain within my proximity at all times." "It is written," Jack muttered under his breath. "I should have read the fine print." The moment the doors sealed behind them, he noticed it. The bed. The bed. 1. Huge. Plush. Draped in silk that screamed intimacy, with two wine goblets waiting at the edge like this was some sort of honeymoon suite. His spine stiffened like a man facing a death squad. "Where do I sleep?" Zyrina blinked slowly. "There is only one bed. As is tradition." He gestured toward the shiny floor. "Then tradition's about to meet back problems." She frowned. "Is this a form of protest? You refuse to lie beside me?" "No. Yes, no offense, Your Highness. Just trying to be, professional." "You insult me by rejecting shared warmth," she said, arms folding under her chest, which, unfortunately, only drew more attention to that exact area. "Do you consider my presence unworthy of comfort?" "No, ma'am. It's just that humans have rules. Personal space. Boundaries. We don't spoon our employers." Zyrina blinked again, slower this time. "I am not cutlery." Jack's brain threatened to leak out of his ears. Taking his jacket off, he folded it into a makeshift pillow on the cold floor, praying this was all just a hallucination brought on by alien tea. But before he could lower himself, she glided over and grabbed his arm with surprising strength. "My lineage cannot be disgraced by this floor act. You will share the bed or face disciplinary licking." He choked. "Sorry, what?" "Licking. As in formal reprimand via tongue." Jack stared into the void and whispered. "I've joined an alien BDSM cult, haven't I?" Zyrina tugged him toward the bed. "You will lie beside me. That is my order. I will not allow interspecies relations to be stained by cold ceramic." He weighed his options: sleep beside her and suffer internal combustion, or sleep on the floor and risk getting tongue-whipped by alien protocol. He climbed into bed, stiff as a corpse. She hummed, curling beside him, and within moments, her body began vibrating softly, like a purring jet engine. The mattress shook beneath them. He jerked upright. "Is there an earthquake?" "No," she mumbled sleepily. "My people emit purr waves during rest. It encourages bonding." Bonding. Of course it did. "Do humans not enjoy vibrations?" she asked, curling closer. His voice cracked. "We do. Just not like this. Not when I'm supposed to be on guard." "Then be on guard," she yawned. "But don't let your bodyguard instincts suppress your body's needs." Jack turned his face into the pillow and screamed silently. Then came the worst part: he started vibrating too. Not biologically. Just nerves. Heat. Friction. Her silver thigh brushed his leg. The silk sheets were too smooth, her scent too intoxicating, and his mind too uncooperative. "I feel your body adjusting," she murmured. "That's a positive sign. Perhaps we are sleep compatible." "There's no compatibility test happening here," he whispered harshly. "I'm just a man trying not to get exiled for an erection." She shifted to face him, her eyes curious. You experience structural rigidity from proximity? That's one way to put it. She smiled. Fascinating. Do all humans swell when sharing bedding? Jack yanked the blanket over his face. No comment. I shall document it. He groaned. Moments later, she began to purr louder. Deep rumbling waves that made the mattress feel like a hoverbike engine. His teeth rattled. His soul vibrated. His patience cracked. I swear if this bed takes off, I'm suing someone. Zyrina pressed a hand gently against his chest. Your pulse is racing. Do you require stimulation reduction? Do you mean relaxation? I could stroke your thorax. No! That's not where my, you know what, never mind. She sighed, clearly confused. Humans are unnecessarily complicated. Your body's heat vibrate, then panic when touched. No wonder your species is feared. He exhaled slowly. We're not complicated. We just don't usually share a vibrating bed with a barely dressed alien royal after a state ceremony. Perhaps you should, she said sleepily. You might evolve faster. His brain flatlined. She rolled over and purred into his shoulder. He didn't sleep. Not for 1 second. Not when every shift of her body was a soft massage, not when her alien perfume danced with his senses, not when the council could walk in at any time and see two very not mating people looking very mated. He lay there, rigid, overheating, and spiritually bankrupt. Welcome to royal duty, Terran. Jack woke up to what could only be described as being spooned by a sentient massage chair. Zyrina was purring louder now, full-body vibrations shaking the mattress like a faulty engine. His right leg had gone numb. His pride wasn't far behind. He carefully shifted an inch away. The purring followed. You're moving, she murmured. Does that mean your heat cycle has begun? Excuse me? Jack whispered, barely daring to breathe. I read that humans experience elevated body temperature when initiating closeness. You are quite warm. Especially near the midsection. Jack stared at the ceiling, mentally running through all the Earth languages he knew to avoid saying what he was thinking. It's called awkward proximity, not a mating signal. Then why are you swollen again? He nearly launched himself off the bed. That's a reflex. So it's involuntary. Good. Then perhaps we're already sinking biologically. There's no sinking. There's just me, trying very hard not to die from embarrassment. She paused thoughtfully. Do you need to be milked? He choked. What? Your glands are swollen. That usually indicates pressure release is needed. Would you like assistance? No, I would not like assistance. Ever. In any universe. Zyrina tilted her head. You refuse help during clear physical distress. That's very un-Terran of you. Jack buried his face into the sheets. It's not distress. It's called accidental firmness. Firmness indicates readiness. My ancestors believed firmness during rest was a sign of fate. Your ancestors never met pants. At that exact moment, someone outside the chamber dropped something. A muffled gasp followed. Then whispers. Zyrina's ears twitched. It has begun. What's begun? The bonding rumors. They will spread quickly. Royal aides have excellent hearing. Wait, they think? That we've engaged in union. I was trying to escape your perf field. Then you should have grown less and moved more silently. I was suppressing a leg cramp and a panic attack. In my culture, panic sounds much like pleasure. Jack dragged a pillow over his face and yelled into it. By morning, the chamber door slid open slightly and 2 guards slipped in trays of food, without making eye contact. One guard bowed, muttering, May your union be fruitful. The other quickly whispered, Terran virility confirmed, before darting out. Jack stared at the breakfast. There were 4 extra portions and a ceremonial fruit shaped like something that definitely wasn't a fruit. Why are they feeding us like post-coital walruses? Zyrina sipped something green. They believe nutrient replenishment is vital after successful coupling. The ceremonial fruit is a fertility gift. I'm not eating anything named from fruit. You should, she said. It boosts lower blood circulation. My circulation is fine. Clearly not. You nearly fainted last night. I was trying not to move too much. Ah. A Terran technique of restraint. Impressive. Jack nearly flipped the tray over. Later that day, while Jack was doing push-ups beside the bed, trying to maintain his sanity, Zyra now lay on her side watching him like he was some exotic workout video. Your muscles flex with every dip. How curious. Are they swelling with intent? They're just muscles, not mating tendrils. Is there a difference? Yes. She squinted. They look very purposeful. Are you attempting to seduce me using forceful gravity resistance? Jack dropped mid-push-up. It's exercise. Ah. Earth foreplay. It's not foreplay. Then why does your chest rise and fall so dramatically when I observe you? Because I'm doing push-ups and you're staring like you're about to pounce. She narrowed her eyes. You're very expressive for a species that denies arousal. He stood up, face red. I am a soldier. I do not get aroused on duty. Then your body is lying. I'm going to lie down forever at this rate. The door beeped. Jack leapt to open it, and froze. A robot diplomat hovered in, paused midair, scanned them both, him shirtless, her lounging in silk, and immediately beeped a celebratory tone. Congratulations on your successful fusion attempt. The Royal Council is most pleased. Jack's mouth opened but no sound came out. Fusion? He finally managed. Zyra raised her eyebrows but said nothing. The robot floated closer. Initial scans indicate heightened pheromone release, increased heartbeat proximity, and one confirmed instance of mutual bed occupancy. We shared a mattress, not DNA. The robot blinked. This denial phase is expected. Terran pride rituals are well documented. Zyra waved dismissively. It is still early. More trials may be needed. Jack spun toward her. You're encouraging this? I'm not denying it. I'm losing my mind. Not yet, she said softly. But the symptoms are promising. That night, Jack tried sleeping in the corner again, this time inside a self-made cocoon of cushions, towels, and his uniform. He built a fortress of modesty. A shrine to boundaries. Zyra crawled to the edge of the bed and poked at it. What is this? It's a barrier. You built a nest. Like a frightened Glornik bird. It's not a nest. It is warm and enclosed. And smells like musk and fear. Very nest-like. I'm preventing another scandal. Which scandal? The one where you grunt beside me or the one where your muscles beg for attention? I'm begging for privacy. She tilted her head again. Such a curious species. Everything is hidden. Desired, then denied. Jack pulled the pillow tighter around his head. I came here to protect you, not purr with you. You're doing both, she whispered. Very well. He whispered to himself. I need a transfer. Or therapy. Possibly both. Outside, the guards were already whispering again. Jack had just gotten used to vibrating beds and rumor-fed breakfasts when Zyra decided to take things to a new level. Mid-conversation about guard duty schedules, she untied her ceremonial robe and let it slide to the floor without pause. Jack dropped his data pad so hard it bounced off his foot. She tilted her head. Do humans always react violently to royal shedding? He stared straight ahead, voice strangled. Do you always undress during staff meetings? You were speaking of fatigue. I assumed we were transitioning to reflection hour. You mean nap time? I prefer to reflect while free of restraint. Jack clutched his face. Put the robe back on. She walked past him casually. Is my form offensive? No. It's very well formed. That's the problem. You fear your own attraction? I fear court-martials. She smirked. So human laws forbid appreciation of their ruler's anatomy? She's not my ruler, she's my responsibility. Then shouldn't you study me in all forms? That's not how responsibility works. She picked up a fruit and bit into it slowly. Juices ran down her chin. You seem tense. Nope. Completely relaxed? He said, voice 3 octaves higher. You are flushed. Do you require oral cooling? Jack bolted to the far wall. I need to not exist. She followed, licking the fruit from her fingers. You exhibit avoidance behavior. That indicates suppressed hunger. For solitude. You're trembling. Perhaps my proximity is triggering your seasonal mating reaction. That's not a thing. I'm trembling because your robe is still on the floor. I see. Visual weakness. You warned me. She reached to retrieve the robe, bending over with galactic precision. Jack turned away so fast he smacked his head against a metal beam. She turned. Your injury was self-inflicted. You clearly need supervision. I need a medical discharge. She draped the robe back over herself with exaggerated slowness. Does that resolve your issue? No, but I might survive the next 5 minutes now. You remain unusually vocal. Is this a mating call or a human attempt at maintaining mental clarity? It's called losing my grip on reality. She approached again, now holding a data pad. I've compiled notes on your behavior. Your glances, temperature shifts, vocal pitch, fascinating data. You're keeping records of my breakdown? For science. And possibly foreplay. He let out a strangled laugh. I'm not a research project. You are an anomaly. Terrans aren't this reactive unless bonded. Are you perhaps pre-bonded with someone else? I'm bonded to not dying from shame. Later, Jack tried to cool off with a shower. The chamber had missed spray tech. No doors. No locks. He sighed, hoping for a moment alone. He stepped out wrapped in a towel, only to find Zyranos sitting cross-legged on the floor facing him. I waited to observe your after-cleanse glow. You radiate. He froze mid-step. You were watching the door? Monitoring for threats. While I was naked. Your weapon was exposed. I was simply ensuring it wasn't a threat. He clutched the towel tighter. It wasn't a weapon. It is, never mind. You handle it with great care. Because it's mine. Would you allow me to? No. You didn't let me finish. I don't need you to finish. Most partners prefer mutual finishing. He sat down hard, towel clutched like armor. Please. Stop saying things that sound wrong but are somehow culturally accurate. But are they wrong? He stared at the floor. I can't do this. You seem to be doing it already. Do what? Unraveling. I was fine before the vibrating, the robe drop, and the unsolicited compliments about my everything. She smiled. It is rare to meet someone whose instincts scream yes while his words scream no. They're both screaming panic. She leaned closer. I will honor your silence. But I will continue observing. You are very educational. Great. Just what every man wants. To be someone's science fair. At dinner, the staff now left food with little paper notes. May the union deepen. Let the seed be strong. One dish was shaped like a pair of interlocked rings. Another spelled congrats, in sauce. Jack stabbed the plate. We're not mating. Zyrana ate calmly. Then what are we doing? I'm surviving. Yet every time I approach, your body reacts as if preparing to merge. That's a defense mechanism. Against what? Being overwhelmed by soft, vibrating royalty in silk. She paused, considering. Would stiffer fabric help? He dropped his fork. Later, he found her practicing Terran phrases in the mirror. She turned, cheeks slightly flushed. Would you like to be on top of the situation tonight? He flinched. That means taking control. It's not literal. She scrolled. Or perhaps we shall switch positions of power? Still not literal. I am trying to accommodate. But your phrases are sexually coded. Then stop quoting Earth pickup lines. She pouted. I like that one. Let's negotiate, under the covers. Very diplomatic. I'm going to scream. Please do. I wish to record that sound for study. His eye twitched. Zyrina looked amused. Perhaps you require tension relief. Only if by relief you mean being shot into space. I meant a joint meditation session. He sighed. Of course you did. Would you prefer the silence, or shall I hum while you vibrate? I'm not vibrating. You were earlier. That was anxiety. That's your mating state, then. No. That's my dying inside state. She touched his hand gently. You fascinate me, Captain. Your resistance is admirable. But I wonder how long you can last. Jack's soul left his body. Jack marched through the council hall like a man walking into his own execution. The guards gave him smirks. One gave a thumbs up. Another winked. His shame had become a galactic meme. He was done. Finished. Cooked and served with a side of misunderstanding. This madness had to end. The elder chancellor looked up as Jack arrived, frazzled, shirt half-tucked, eyes twitching from lack of sleep and excessive royal attention. Captain Harrington, the chancellor greeted. We trust your bonding process is proceeding smoothly. Jack's eye twitched. There is no bonding. No process. And nothing smooth about any of this. Zyrina appeared behind him, calm as ever. He's just shy. His rituals are slow and very internal. Stop helping, Jack hissed. The council leaned in, whispering among themselves. One finally cleared his throat. You appear frustrated. That is natural. The fusing of royal bloodlines can be draining. There is no fusing. I've spent 4 nights dodging innuendo, vibrating beds, anatomy lectures, and seductive fruit. The Frumfort was a gift, Zyrina added helpfully. I don't care if it was blessed by space gods. I'm not here to breed. The council exchanged glances. The elder finally spoke. Ah. It is time we revealed the truth. Jack's stomach sank. You were not placed in the princess's chamber by accident. We selected you for a reason. Jack folded his arms. Let me guess, Terrans are adaptable. Resilient. Full of genetic potential. Exactly. Your kind is biologically flexible. Cross-compatible. Able to endure extreme physical demands. I'm a soldier, not a stud. Your strength and resistance only confirm your suitability. Jack paced in circles. So the mission wasn't protection. It was seduction. You turned me into a royal breeding experiment. Zyrina nodded. It's quite flattering, actually. You've passed multiple thresholds already. Emotional endurance. Physical reaction. Proximity tolerance. You've even survived my full body purring without a breakdown. Jack threw up his hands. I screamed into a pillow for 10 minutes straight. Controlled vocal processing, she said. A positive sign. The elder raised a finger. The galaxy needs a hybrid strong enough to unify fractured empires. Our DNA lacks aggression. Yours has plenty. You want a warrior baby with diplomacy in one hand and a plasma sword in the other? Precisely. This is insanity. It's legacy. Jack laughed bitterly. You know what's crazy? If you told me up front, I might have respected it. But this? Trapping me in a silk-lined bunker with an alien bombshell who doesn't understand modesty? That's not diplomacy. That's soft-core entrapment. You're still here, Zyrina pointed out. Because I was doing my job. Then do your final duty. No. She leaned closer. Why not? Because I don't trust this situation. You trust your instincts. I've seen them. I've heard them. You've misinterpreted everything. She stepped back, nodded. Then I request a clause. The council perked up. A clause? Zyrina's voice turned regal. 1 week of shared quarters. No physical engagement. If no bond forms, emotionally or physically, the contract dissolves. No heirs, no pressure, no scandal. The council muttered. Jack blinked. You'd agree to that? Consent matters. Even to royalty. The elder hesitated, then nodded. It is acceptable. Jack rubbed his temples. I'll need a lawyer. and a cold beverage. Possibly sterilized. Later that evening, the palace broadcast a formal update. The bonding process is now under observation. The Terran has been permitted a week of voluntary emotional convergence. Which somehow translated, in public gossip, to the human is teasing royalty with extended foreplay. He couldn't walk the halls without being handed fertility potions. One old alien woman pressed his bicep and winked. Seed strong, Zyrana took it all in stride. She even wore tighter robes. She claimed it was a show of compromise. Jack called it biological warfare. But something had changed. She stopped forcing physical closeness. She gave him space. She even slept on her side of the bed. Mostly. They talked more. Not just about humans or rituals or glands, but about fear, about expectations, about pressure to be the symbol of something bigger than yourself. She confessed she didn't want to be the mother of a political tool. He confessed he didn't want to be another Terran story whispered in locker rooms. They laughed. A lot. The kind of laughter that comes when you've run out of walls to throw up. On the 6th night she didn't purr. She cried. Just a little. Quietly. He didn't speak. He just reached out. Not to start anything, but to let her know he was still there. Her fingers laced through his without words. By the 7th morning, either had crossed the line. Until the council summoned them again. Well? The elder asked. Have you fused? No, Jack said. Then we dissolve. But, Zyrana cut in. We've agreed to continue. Voluntarily. The chamber fell silent. Jack added. Not for duty. Not for genetics. Just for us. On our terms. The council was stunned. You mean, true compatibility? Exactly, Zyrana said. The slow kind. They left hand in hand. Back in the chamber, Jack stood by the bed, arms crossed. So, what now? She smiled. Now we continue bonding. Verbally. Mostly. I mean it. I believe you. He paused. You still vibrate in your sleep? Only when I'm happy. He groaned. Here we go again. She leaned in, whispering. Careful, Captain. You're beginning to purr too.